I spent 60 days trading USDC options on Deribit. And the thing is that you have to be very careful with USDC options. So I will show you how to avoid very costly mistake and don't lose money. So let's go! So first of all, let's take a look at my Deribit account and take a look at my 4 USDC options that I have in my portfolio and also at my total account value. And yes, since my last portfolio update, which was 1 month ago, my portfolio value have declined. And the total value I will show you very soon. But first of all, let's take a look at all options that I have right now. So I have 2 options that are going to expire tomorrow. This is Bitcoin USDC options. And also I have 1 call option for Ethereum USDC options with expiry date on the 7th of December. Options that are going to expire tomorrow are 2 put options that I have. 1 put option is deep in the money with a strike price of $98,000 and the second one is out of the money put option with a strike price of $90,000. And what I'm going to do exactly with this put option I will let you know a bit later in this video. But also I have a put option with expiry at the end of December. And here you can see this put option, which has a nominal value of 0.01 Bitcoin, has a strike price of $94,000. And as you can see, this option is also in the money. But still, this is not that bad as it was. Because initially, this put option has a strike price of $100,000. And as Bitcoin dropped in its value, I was able to roll it to $94,000 strike price. And as a result, I improved massively my strike price from $100,000 to $94,000. But for now, I have to wait 21 days until the expiration date. And a bit later, I will show you exactly what I'm going to do with this option as well. But first of all, let's take a look at the Bitcoin graph and find out how the price of Bitcoin has changed since my last portfolio update. So the last portfolio update was on the 1st of November. And as you can see, price of Bitcoin has dropped massively since then. And Bitcoin price dropped almost 30%, but after that bounced a bit and almost 70% lower than it was at the beginning of the last month. My portfolio has declined as well, but not that bad as the Bitcoin price. And I will show you exactly how much my portfolio has lost in my portfolio analytics a bit later in this video. And the main reason for that is the Bitcoin ETF outflows that we have seen in the last days. For example, to check the Bitcoin inflows and outflows, I use a Glassnode. And this information is publicly available. So you don't need to have an account to watch this analytics. And here we can see that the price of Bitcoin massively drops during a massive Bitcoin outflows, which are highlighted with red bars. So that means when Bitcoin ETF holders are selling their ETFs, this makes a massive pressure on Bitcoin spot market. And as a result, the price of Bitcoin fall as well. And this you can see on a chart. For example, this is the 1st of November. And since then, we see a lot of outflows. So a lot of red bars. So ETF holders were selling their ETFs very actively. And as you can see, the Bitcoin price, which is shown as a black line, was under pressure and was moving lower and lower and lower. And after this massive sell-off was over, the Bitcoin price was ready to recover from $84,000 to more than $90,000. And this is the reality of the market today. Bitcoin ETF has a massive impact on Bitcoin price. And during this massive drop from $110,000 to $80,000, my portfolio was affected because I was selling USDC put options. And let me show you exactly what happened. So first of all, let's take a look at the option chain. For my public portfolio, I prefer to trade short-term options because they have a very high profitability. Unfortunately, the short-term options on Deribit have low liquidity. For example, here you can see my put option with a strike price of $90,000, which is not far away from the current market price of roughly $92,000. And as you can see, bid-ask spread is quite wide. But this is not that bad, because some equity options have the wide spread as well. For example, let's open options with 1 week until the expiration date, and here you can see that the liquidity is much better. For example, here we can see that the spreads are very tight, and far out of the money options have good liquidity as well. So everything looks good. But there is something very dangerous with USDC options on Deribit right now, and this is deep in the money options. If we take a look at the deep in the money options, we can see there is no quotes for them. And this is not good for them who would like to roll the options. And this is was problem that I faced. Because, for example, if we go also to a short-term options, for example, I have right now the option with a strike price of $98,000. Here you can see this is deep in the money option with a delta of almost 1. And if I would like to roll this option to the next expiration date and use time decay to improve my strike price, so for example from $98,000 to maybe $96,000 or $94,000, unfortunately, with USDC options, that would be really difficult to do. And I will show you this, because I'm really transparent. For example, to roll this option, I have to sell the option with a value of almost $6,000. And let's go, for example, to the 12th of December, so this is 7 days until the expiration date, and find the strike price with $6,000. So in this case, we can see that the $6,400 have the same strike price. So let's go a bit even further away to 14 days until the expiration date. And here we can see that the strike price of $97,000 have a value of more than $6,000. So that means this is exactly what I'm looking for. So I can sell this put option, receive the premium of more than $6,000 and improve my strike price from $98,000 to $97,000. And this is absolutely great, because in this case I can improve my strike price by $1,000. But in the reality, it will be very difficult to do that. And let me show you. So for example, if I would like to sell it, I have to place the price, which is a bit lower than the mark price. So let's take, for example, $6,200. The notional value is 0.01 Bitcoin. And then I have to press sell button. Confirm, and here we go. And as you can see, it's not filled, even it is lower than the mark price. So that means right now I am ready to sell put option with a discount. So cheaper that it's fair value. And as you can see, nothing happens. So okay, let's improve the price and make it even cheaper. So $6,100. And let's look what happened. Confirm, and as you can see, still nothing. So let's improve it even more to $6,000. So it will be even cheaper than the fair value of this option. And as you can see, nothing happens. So it's already $200 less than the fair value of this option. And now it was done. So $200 less than the fair value of this option. And to be honest, this is even better than it was in the previous time as I was rolling the options. And now let's buy this put option back to close the position and end up the roll. So now I have to buy this put option back. So I'm going to try $5,950 and press buy button, create order. So let's look what will happen. And as you can see, it's still not filled. So let me improve the price to, let's say, $6,000. Press OK, confirm. And as you can see, for example, right now, this is more than $100 more expensive than the fair value of this option. So let me improve it even more to, let's say, $6,050. Okay, confirm. So as you can see right now, it almost more than $200 and it's still not filled. So once again, I'm trying to buy put option, which has a fair value of $5,780 at the price of $6,060. So almost $300 more expensive than its fair value. And as you can see, still nothing happened. Nobody want to sell me this put option. So this is not that bad for my public portfolio, because the value of this option is very small, only 0.01 Bitcoin. But imagine if I would have 1 Bitcoin, that would be immediately the loss of more than $300 with one single trade. Because I'm trying to pay more than $300 more that this option is cost right now. Okay, let me improve the price even more. So let's place $6,100. Okay, confirm. Maybe it will be filled. So right now the difference is $300. Let me improve it even more. So 6,150. Okay, confirm. So here you can see it is already more than $360. Okay, let's go even higher. So $6,200. Okay, confirm. So, and once again, nothing happens. Okay, let's go even higher. So to $6,250. Okay, confirm. So maybe it will be executed right now. And right now the price already higher than the price of put option that I just sold. So okay, let's go even higher. So let's place $6,350. Okay, confirm. So it's already more than $560 more expensive. So basically I'm ready to pay $600 more that it's fair value. Okay, let's go even higher. $6,400. Okay, confirm. Okay, nothing happens. Okay, let's try even higher price. Okay, $6,500. Let's go click confirm. And once again, so already $700 more that it's fair value and still no filled. Okay, I will try once again. So 6,000 and let's place $700. Okay. Confirm. So here you can see this is almost $1,000 more than its fair value. And as you can see with this real life example, it's very difficult to roll these USDC options. And unfortunately, this is only the case with USDC options. With inverse options, which are settled in the cryptocurrency, for example, Ethereum options, we can see there are a lot of quotes for deep in the money options. For example, if we go also to Bitcoin options, we can see that, for example, I can buy this option and there is no problem at all. So with inverse option, I will be able to roll this option with no difficulties at all. But unfortunately, the notional value for inverse options are very high for my public portfolio, because the minimum order size is 0.1. This is the notional size of almost $10,000. And the USDC settled options have a minimal size of 0.01. which in this case is almost $1,000. And this is the big difference. And because I don't want to use leverage, the USDC options are the best suitable options for my public portfolio. But because the liquidity is not that good, I will need to find a different solution for my public portfolio. Maybe I will switch back to Ethereum inverse options. And as you can see, nothing happened. So that's why if you have a strategy in which you have to roll the options, you have to know that it will be very difficult to do with USDC settle options. But maybe when you're watching this video, the liquidity for deep in the money options is already very good, as it is, for example, for inverse options. In this case, please let me know in the comments below. So Deribit is a great platform for trading options, but unfortunately, deep in the money options are not that good. And I'm fully transparent with you. So if you're watching this video and you would like to start trade USDC options, just be aware that it could be very difficult to roll the options in case they will be deep in the money. In other cases, USDC settled options is a great way to collect the premiums in USDC. So I will keep this position open as it is right now, and maybe after some time it will be filled. So and my plans for the future, so first of all to close this position, and after that to try to improve the strike price. Maybe after this option will expire worthless and after this position will be closed, I will improve my strike price, and about this I will let you know in my free Discord channel, where you can find the market updates, most important news, and also chat with me. The link you will find in the description below. And now let's take a look at my total account value. So my total account value right now is equal to $2,585. And this is lower than it was in the previous episode. So one reason for that is that the price of Bitcoin has dropped and my put options are in the money. And this reduced the portfolio value. And also the second reason is that I still have Ethereum in my portfolio. And because the Ethereum value dropped as well, so it was more than 30% in minus. And right now this is roughly 20%. This impacts my portfolio as well. But let's take a look what is the value decline in my portfolio since the last portfolio update. So here you can see the last portfolio update, the total account value was equal to $2,791. This was at the end of October. So at the beginning of November, the balance was equal exactly to the same value. And let's enter the value that we have right now. So the value is equal to $2,586. So $2,586. So as you can see, this is unrealized loss of $200 since the last portfolio update, or minus 7%. And as you can see, this is still not bad, because Ethereum, for example, dropped minus 20% and Bitcoin dropped more than 16%. And my portfolio value has lost only 7%. So this is still not that bad comparing to a benchmark. The total portfolio profitability is equal to almost 30% since inception. So the start portfolio value was equal to $2,002. And this is still good. So the plan for December is to recover to the previous level of my portfolio and earn additional profit. So as you can see, I am fully transparent. And if you would like to learn more about the cryptocurrency options, you can watch the next video here or here. See you in the next video. Bye!